Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Acti-Statin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lanes Veterinary Pharmacy, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford built Ford tough for over 60 years, Quillen Leather and Tack, Sally Horse Fans, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 3 stakes races from Betfair Hollywood Park, including the final edition of the Grade 1 Hollywood Starlet. We begin at Laurel Park with the Broad Brush Stakes. 8 Too Fast to Catch, the 3 to 5 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
The 6 and 114 flat. Warrior of the Roses, a tough customer to get by. 8 to Fast to Catch has popped the question from the outside. 3 clear from AP, Chino and Lucy's Bob Boy is 4th. Ponzi Scheme is 5th. They're into the stretch. 8 to Fast to Catch is set down by Forest Boyce, and 8 to Fast to Catch at the 366 taking the lead. 8 to Fast to Catch in front by 2.5. Now 3 lengths. AP Chino full out in the second spot. Then Warrior of the Roses in third. They're close to home now. This is a Maryland legend for sure. 8 to Fast to Catch and his 10th career stakes score.
Odds on favorite 8 Too Fast to Catch rolls to a 2-length victory over long shot AP Chino. The winner under high weight of 124 pounds in Forest Boyce in 153 flat. The 3rd consecutive stakes victory for the veteran runner, who has recorded 13 of his 15 career wins at Laurel Park. The 7-year-old gelding by Not for Love was bred in Maryland by Dark Hollow Farm and Herringswell Stable. Trained by Timothy Keefe, 8 Too Fast to Catch has earned nearly $915,000 for Sylvia Heft. To Calder for the Grade 3 Fred W. Hooper Handicap. Chaba, who finished first in a dead heat with Duke in last year's edition, the 11-10 favorite. Bobby Newman has the call.
47-3 for the opening half mile, and they bunch up heading into the turn. There goes Valid and Matthew Rispoli go calling for the lead, and Chaba trying to follow them. Senor Quisqueano is still hanging tough. I'm Stepping It Up is dropped back 4th. On the Loose Again is starting to get involved. Here comes On the Loose Again, and he is now gliding in the 3 path and starting to close in. He's only 2.5 lengths back as they arrive at the top of the stretch. It's Valid, just the leader. Chaba every chance on the outside. On the Loose Again, still with 2 lengths to make up. These 3 have gotten away from the others. Chaba has now taken the lead. Chaba in front. Valid trying to stick with him on the inside. Battling back at the 16th pole. Chaba, Valid, On the Loose Again. These 3 down to the line. It's Chaba in the Fred W. Hooper Handicap.
Chaba defends his title in the Fred W. Hooper by 1.25 over Valid. The winner under high weight of 123 pounds, and Luis Saez in 152-4. The Phil Gleaves trainee is 9 for 12 at his home track, including a 7.25 length allowance victory in his latest. The 4-year-old colt by Kitten's Joy was bred in Kentucky by Kenneth and Sarah Ramsey. Bruce Hollander and Kerry Shapoff purchased the winner privately as an unraced 2-year-old. Chaba has earned $551,000. Next, the Hollywood Turf Express. Unbridled's Note, the even money favorite, Vic Stauffer has the call.
They slug it out going into the far turn in the 24th Hollywood Turf Express. Unbridled's Note 3 deep. Chips all in between horses. No silent at the rail. Chips all in half ahead in front. Boat Trip has moved into 4th now, and he's coming after the front runners, 7 lengths behind. Johnny's Choice is the trailer, and the battle up front continues. Chips all in is between horses. Unbridled's Note is to the outside. No silence at the rail. Boat Trip is 4th now, but he is reeling in the top 3, and Boat Trip's got a chance to run by them all. Unbridled's Note has the lead. Chips all in. Boat Trip within a length of the lead. No silence is still at the rail. Here comes Boat Trip trying to get them by all of them. Boat Trip, yes!
Boat Trip rallies to take it by half a length with a 3-weight dead heat for place. Joe Talabo, the winning jockey, in 108-2. Second by a nose to Chips All In the Grade 3 Eddie D Stakes. Boat Trip finished a treble 12th in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. Another horse for the course, the Mike Pinder trainee is 4 for 5 over the Hollywood Park Turf. The 4-year-old colt by Harlan's Holiday was bred in Kentucky by Galleria Bloodstock and Samac. It was a $100,000 OBS March 2-year-old. Boat Trip has earned $253,000 for James Hirschman III and B.J. Wright. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 2 Bayakoa Stakes coming up in this segment. We begin with turf fillies and mares at Calder and the Grade 3 My Charmer handicap. Naples Bay, the 5-2 favorite. Bobby Newman has the call.
52-4 was the opening half mile for Rose to Gold, who didn't have to do much running that first half. Rose to Gold now stepping on the gas to try to stay in front of Angelica Zapata, who means business on the outside. Angelica Zapata and Rose to Gold nose to nose as they pass the quarter pole. Paranda just in behind them. Valiant Girl, Somali Lemonade is wide into the stretch, and they straighten away. Rose to Gold still right there. Angelica Zapata, Valiant Girl now down the outside. Somali Lemonade, Paranda, Strathnaver is hitting her best stride. A cavalry charge past the 16th pole. Valiant Girl has come away with the lead. Angelica Zapata, Valiant Girl riding the hedge to victory in the My Charmer.
42-1 long shot. Valiant Girl gets up to defeat Angelica Zapata by half a length. The first graded stakes win for jockey Matthew Rispoli. Time of the race 152-3. A stakes winner at Monmouth Park in August, the European import was last seen finishing 7th in the Dowager Stakes at Keeneland. The English-bred 4-year-old filly by Lemon Drop Kid was transferred to Graham Motion for her current campaign. Valiant Girl has earned $130,000 for Antoinette Oppenheimer. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year. Next from Calder, the Grade 3 Tropical Turf Handicap. Tetradram, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Bobby Newman.
It's Heiko and Hilver Chamafi in front and unchallenged thus far. Heiko very well within himself, leading the way by a tight length. Bad Debt is well held by Gabriel Saez, running in the second spot. Grand Tito moves up on the extreme outside. Tetradram is fourth for Luis Saez and only about 2.5 lengths off the lead, but covered up right now. Speaking of which is between horses. Paris Vegas on the far side. Then Exothermic Live Enjoy reflecting still the trailer after a half mile that was 50 seconds flat. Heiko's just the leader. Bad Debt inching ever closer on the outside. They're only separated by a neck as they approach the quarter pole. Heiko from Bad Debt, they're almost right together coming to the top of the stretch. Tetradram is just in behind them. Speaking of which, now shifting to the outside, and he's in full flight and coming for a big run down the stand side. Here comes Speaking of which, Tetradram got through down at the inside. Bad Debt, Heiko still there. Speaking of which, and Tetradram battling it out. It's Speaking of which in the Tropical Turf Handicap.
4-1, Speaking of which, takes it by a length over the favorite Tetradram. Joe Bravo aboard in 150 flat, a 103 brisk speed rating. A group stakes winner for Dermot Weld at the Curragh at 3. The Irish-bred 4-year-old colt by Invincible Spirit gets his first North American stakes victory. Christophe Clement trains the winner. Speaking of which, has earned nearly $188,000 racing for his breeder, Moigler Stud Farm Limited. Joe Bravo with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Betfair Hollywood Park for fillies and mares in the Grade 2 Bayakoa Stakes. 50 Shades of Hay, the even money favorite. Vic Stauffer has the call.
Midway on the backstretch in the 32nd Bayakoa Stakes, and Broken Sword trying to slow it down and get a breather going into the far turn. That lead for Broken Sword is 3 lengths from Magic Union and Champagne and Caviar. To the outside, Charm the Maker. Warren's Veneta between horses, Curvy Cat. 50 Shades of Hay is in traffic again, leaving the backstretch. If she wins, she's a half an hour the best. 50 Shades of Hay tries to split horses. The trailer is Charlie M, and there's a quarter mile left to run. Broken Sword continues very strong up front. She's got a 5-length lead on Warren's Veneta. 50 Shades of Hay is in the clear now. She's got 6 lengths to make up and only final furlong to do it. Champagne and Caviar. Broken Sword comes to the final furlong, and she's still far in front. Broken Sword, 50 Shades of Hay is closing, but she has no chance of running down Broken Sword, who goes all the way to win the Bayakoa.
7-1 Broken Sword by Pin Oak Stud Stallion Broken Vow, the front running winner by 4 1/4 lengths over 50 Shades of Hay. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Joel Rosario up in 142 4. A stakes winner on debut at Pleasanton at 2. Broken Sword was coming off a 5.5 length victory in an optional claimer at Golden Gate. She's the third winner of the Bayakoa in the last 4 years for Hall of Fame trainer Jerry Hollendorfer. The 3-year-old filly was bred in Kentucky by SF Bloodstock, LLC. A $60,000 2-year-old, Broken Sword has earned $156,000. She's owned by Hollendorfer, along with Mark DiDomenico and George Todaro. The filly was consigned by Bedouin Bloodstock to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Owen Hardy for $20,000. Grade 2 Bayakoa Stakes winner Broken Sword, the Keeneland Sales graduate of the week. The Spendthrift Farm Share the Upside stallion of the week is TIZWAY, one of the fastest milers of all time, and Tisnow's fastest son at stud. Spendthrift's Breed Secure program. If you don't profit, you don't pay. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with 4 races for 2-year-olds in this segment. 2-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with fillies at Laurel Park in the Gin Talking Stakes. Mamdaha, the 3 to 5 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
The Respectful Wishes clear by 2 lengths, 3 furlongs out from the wire. And Venice Queen, here's Mamdaha. Mamdaha, she's picking it up on the outside under Eddie Castro and going right up to even terms and by Respectful Wishes past the 5/16. Stupidity Links has improved from last 4th and now 3rd, but Mamdaha with that quick move burst away from them by 2 lengths at the top of the lane in a 46 3/2 mile. Mamdaha straightens on for home, hand-ridden now, a furlong and a half out. Mamdaha gets a tap or 2 on the shoulder, and Mamdaha is in front now by 3 lengths from Tupancy Links with 1 furlong left to go, and Venice Queen is left in 3rd. Mamdaha, she's just waiting on somebody to run in her, but nobody is indeed. It is Mamdaha and a sharp-looking score in the Gin Talking Stakes under Eddie Castro.
Odds-on favorite Mamdaha by Shadwell Farm Stallion Daher cruises home by 4.5 lengths over Tupancy Links. Eddie Castro aboard in 126 4. Second in her debut at Monmouth Park, the Shadwell Farm homebred was coming off a sharp maiden victory at Aqueduct. Kieran McLaughlin trains the winner. Mamdaha has earned $110,000. Next from Laurel Park, 2-year-olds in the Marylander Stakes. Jesse the Marine, the 6 to 5 favorite. Once again, here's Dave Rodman.
23 1 was the opening quarter as Joint Custody leads it. Joint Custody from Germaniac and Extra Sexy Hipster a bit closer, and Jesse the Marine trying to march forward there from 4th. The outside is Barracuda Wayne, who's in 5th as they're midway on the turn. It is Joint Custody who went a 47 2.5 mile, holding narrowly from Extra Sexy Hipster and Germaniac near the rail, racing 3rd. Jesse the Marine is 4th. Barracuda Wayne is in 5th. Classic Jock and Roll spun to the far outside for the stretch drive, and they're homeward bound in the Marylander, and it's Joint Custody let loose by Wesley Ho and opening up a 3-length lead. Extra Sexy Hipster, then Jesse the Marine trying to grab it on the inside to get up into the second. With a 16th of a mile left to go, Joint Custody. Wesley Ho controlled the tempo and going all the way to last to win the Marylander.
5-2 Joint Custody holds off the favorite Jesse the Marine by a length and 3/4. Wesley Ho aboard in 125 1. The first stakes victory for Joint Custody, who broke his maiden for a $25,000 claiming tag on debut at Timonium. Runner-up in the Maryland Million Nursery Stakes, the John Robb trainee was coming off a 4th place finish in the James F. Lewis III Stakes. The Gelding by Outflanker was bred in Maryland by Janet Wason and is owned by Conrad Wason. Joint Custody has earned nearly $123,000. To Golden Gate Fields for the Gold Rush Stakes. Exit stage left, the 3 to 5 favorite. Michael Rona has the call.
They have 3/8 left to go, and Pete Slew just leads Rockford. Exit stage left on the outside. He moves up within a half length of them. This is about where things went wrong for him in the debut. He's going up easily presently, followed by Unusual American, and Argyle Cut comes to the outside at the top of the stretch. And it's Pete Slew, Rockford, exit stage left, given Crack with Baser's Whip is a length away. At the 8th pole, Rockford Pete Slew. Exit stage left, wearing them down. Exit stage left joins Rockford. Exit stage left taking the lead close to home. And he'll draw off and win. Exit stage left by 1 length.
Odds-on favorite Exit Stage Left is the winner by a length over Argyle Cut. Russell Bayes aboard the Barrett Sells Graduate in 138 2. An eventful winner of the Golden Nugget Stakes over the track in his debut, Exit Stage Left has 2 stakes wins in 2 starts. The New Jersey bred gelding by Noonmark was a $43,000 yearling and a $100,000 Barrett's March 2-year-old. Exit Stage Left has earned $75,000 for Mark DiDomenico and trainer Jerry Hollendorfer. Exit Stage Left paid $320 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Woodbine for the Display Stakes. Amise Holiday, the 6-5 favorite. Dan Loisel has the call.
Jose Seaview challenges Coltimus Prime now as they run along the backstretch, and those two are eyeball to eyeball and watched closely by Danzig Storm through a 49 3/2 mile. Amise Holiday still tucked in behind horses. Man Cave is on the outside in the 4th, 2 lengths off the lead. Contreras is asking Amise Holiday, starts to scrub on the gray winner. And on the outside, we have Bears Cowboy between horses Downy Gap, and they come to the quarter pole. Coltimus Prime and Jose Seaview continue that titanic struggle on the front end. Danzig Storm is just in behind horses, along with Man Cave. Amise Holiday is wheeled to the far outside. Jose Seaview on the outside, and Coltimus Prime at the rail. And Jose Seaview has it by a head, but Coltimus Prime is all heart. Coltimus Prime and Jose Seaview to the wire together. Jose Seaview wins the display.
5-2 second choice. Jose Seaview takes the duel with Coltimus Prime by a neck. Emma Jane Wilson aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 144 1. A first out maiden winner at Woodbine and a stakes winner at Parks Racing in his second start. The Reed Baker trainee finished 5th in the Grade 2 Nashua Stakes. The gelding by Badge of Silver was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Brereton C. Jones. Jose Seaview has earned $170,000. Coming up, a regal winner of the Hollywood Starlet. Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Betfair Hollywood Park for the 33rd and final running of the Grade 1 Hollywood Starlet. Rosalind, the 8-5 favorite. Here's the call by Vic Stauffer.
They're off. Bajan and Be Proud with Taste Like Candy and Streaming. These 4 race out. Untappable is going to take back off those 4, but close up. Concave moves through at the rail. Rosalind is second to last, and the early trailer is Arethusa. It is Taste Like Candy and to the outside Streaming, and these 2 are 1-2 to the backstretch. Taste Like Candy, 3/4 of a length. Streaming is second by 2.5 lengths. Be Proud will run from 3rd today. Then comes Bajan. She's 4th and about 4 from the front. Concave is at the rail with 5 lengths to make up. Untappable is 6 from the front. In the clear in the white cap. Rosalind has 7 lengths to make up, and Arethusa is double digits behind midway on the backstretch. In the 33rd Hollywood Starlet, Taste Like Candy narrowly in front. Streaming is closer now in second. A half mile left to race, and Taste Like Candy's a neck in front. Streaming is second by 3 lengths now as Concave moves through inside of Be Proud. They're together 3rd and 4th. To the outside end, Bajan. Untappable needs a way through. She's got some run. Tries to split horses for Talamo. Here's Untappable. She found that seam and runs up into 3rd. Rosalind is still 5 from the front. Arethusa has 8 lengths to make up and just over a 1/4 mile to do it. It is Taste Like Candy and Streaming. These 2 even at the top of the stretch. Untappable is now a clear 3rd. Bajan to the outside. Rosalind has 5 to come. Be Proud is next, and Streaming has taken over the lead. She's a half length in front of Taste Like Candy. Untappable still has 2.5 to make up. Rosalind is too far back, and Streaming is clear. Streaming now 2 in front. Taste Like Candy, Untappable, and Rosalind, but Streaming is clear to the wire, and Streaming is going to win the Hollywood Starlet.
10-1 Streaming, the winner by a length and a half over Taste Like Candy. Martin Garcia aboard in 144 4. Supplemented to the race at the cost of $10,000, The regally bred filly is the third winner of the Starlet for Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert, but his first since a Bibty in 2001. Streaming stretching out to 2 turns after breaking her maiden going 6 furlongs over the track on debut. The filly by Smart Strike, out of a Stormcat daughter of Better Than Honor, was bred in Kentucky by her owners, Hillendale Equine Holdings and Edward McGee. Streaming has earned $287,000. We'll have the final edition of the Grade 1 Cash Call Futurity next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Acti-Statin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lanes Veterinary Pharmacy, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, built Ford tough for over 60 years, Quillen Leather and Tack, Sally Horse Fans, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.